Okay, hello everybody. First of all, I would like to thank you for your presence and for that opportunity for me to basically share with you what we are doing at Inventa. So how basically we are applying artificial solution to customer services within financial services organization. I will first quickly introduce Inventa. So as I said, we are dedicated to artificial intelligence for financial services organizations. The company was founded in 2005 in Barcelona. We have a worldwide coverage so far, 6 offices, 3 in Europe, 1 in Silicon Valley, 1 in Brazil, 1 in Singapore. And we're working with 80 employees. And so far, we are also collaborating with more than 100 key accounts. Most of them are belonging to the finance sectors. I will show you some customer case at the end of the presentation to basically illustrate all that I'm about to say. So artificial intelligence, AI, when we talk about AI, most of the time people are picturing it like this. They're not completely wrong. Actually, artificial intelligence is a discipline that is covering different sub-disciplines, such as image recognition, knowledge management, machine learning, as we saw before, speech-to-text, natural language processing. When you gather all these sub-disciplines, you can end up with something like this, a humanoid. At Inventa, we are not designing humanoid. Okay? We are not covering all these sub-disciplines. We are actually covering just one sub-discipline of artificial intelligence, and we are really good at it. The sub-discipline that we are mastering is what we call natural language processing, or NLP. What is the main objective of NLP? That's basically understanding the meaning of sentences, of natural language, of what people say on the email, over the phone, over the internet. So we have designed and patented our own natural language technologies. And what we are doing for financial services organization and for the customer services, we are basically trying to answer instantly and automatically to any questions that could be made either online customers on their website or advisors that have to process calls, emails, or questions in physical agency. So how does it work? For instance, for online customers, try to imagine your website and try to picture on your website a large search box, exactly like Google, where you can basically formulate your question in natural language. For instance, what supporting document do I need to apply for a loan? Our technology is able to understand the meaning of this question and to retrieve an instant and relevant answers. This is what we are doing. People ask a question on the website, and we are providing them with instant and relevant answers. For the advisors in the call or email center, we are basically doing the same. So call centers, every agent in the call centers has in front of him a screen, like the intranet, for instance. So we are putting in this intranet a large search box where he can, like the online customers, ask his question in natural language and get an instant and relevant answers. If we go deeper in that process, basically what we are doing, every time people is formulating a question in natural language, our technology tries to match this question with a relevant answers or an FAQ within a knowledge base. If we find one, we retrieve these answers to the end users. That could be an advisor or online customers. If we cannot find an answer, we have what we call a linguistic team at Inventa that is going to detect this missing content, that is going to, with the client, to add more and more content to optimize the knowledge base in order to reach what we call an 80% good answer rate. So the solution is not perfect. We cannot answer 100% of the different questions people ask, but we can achieve a realistic 80% good answer rate after 6 months, thanks to the work of the linguistic team that is going to analyze every question and that is going to optimize the knowledge base. When we start a project, we are around 40% good answer rate. But after 5 months, we can reach this realistic good answer rate. So all this process, all this solution is what we call dynamic FAQ. So far, we have more than 100 key accounts that are using dynamic FAQ on their website or in their call or email centers. Most of them are belonging to the finance sector, as you can see. And we are processing today more than 300,000 questions every day. For some of our clients, like Hello Bank, for instance, the dynamic FAQ is the first contact channel in terms of volumes. It means that there is more questions that are processed via the dynamic FAQ than via the phone, the email, and the call all together. And this is an increasing trend we are experiencing today with all of our clients. So I'm going to show you 4 customer cases, but just before that, I just would like to clarify the 2 main objectives basically we can achieve with our solutions. The first one is client satisfaction. On the internet, people want their answers right now. Immediacy today is the rule. Okay, we want answers right now. So today there is no faster and better way to get an answers via formulating questions. And that's what we are doing at Inventor. In the call or email center, that's the same story. People want very fast answers by email or via phone. So the agent has this huge challenge to process very quickly an email or a call. So if we can put on the screen of the agent this search box where he will be able to formulate the question that he doesn't have the answers and provide him with the right and instant answers, we can, for some of our clients, reduce by 200% the time of processing an email and a call. So that's the first objective that we can achieve thanks to this immediate answer. And the other objective is quite obvious. That's cost reductions. If, for your online customers, you can provide them with an instant answer on the website, you will obviously reduce the number of emails or calls or chats that will arrive in your contact centers. And usually we have this ratio, 40% reduction on the number of emails. I will show you some client and customer case. And the same happened for the help desk. If your agent has a questions and he's calling the help desk to get these answers, okay, this is a cost, but if we can provide your agent with this search box where he will be able to answer his question and get an instant answer, we will also reduce, on average, by 40% the number of calls, emails that are reaching the help desk, the support, or the different managers that can answer different questions agents have. So I'm going now to show you 4 customer cases. I will start with these 2 ones, just to show you basically how we can set up a dynamic FAQ on a website. As I was not sure for the internet connection, I decided to record this demo yesterday. So I will just show you the video right now. So this is a website of Banque Accor. This is a bank in France. On this website, if you have a questions or a doubt, you can either, sorry, just playing the video. You can either click in the bottom of the page on the contact button, or you can, if you go up, you can, every time you can actually have access through this floating line to a view that will give you access to different contact channels. So we have the dynamic FAQ, which is basically a self-service channel. We have the postal mail, we have the phone, we have the chat, and we have the emails. These are the main contact center and contact channels for this client. The dynamic FAQ is in the first place because the main objective, as we can answer up to 80% of the questions, the main objective is that the dynamic FAQ could process most of the questions. That's the reason why we put forward this channel in front of the other one. So if I formulate a question, this will be a question made in French. Okay, I'm moving from another place. What I have to do? And here we are going to provide with 2 instant answers that is going to explain the client, okay, if you want to change your address, basically, you have to click here, you have to do that, and you will be able to update your profile on your customer area. And if you're not satisfied with these answers, you can just click here. And if you click here, you will basically reach the email tab where we are going to copy-paste your question, and you will be able to send it by emails. But you will have to wait 24 hours, 48 hours to get an answers. I'll show you another example. This will be Cofidis in Belgium. Up. It's loading. Okay, sorry. So this is a website of Cofidis. Same story. If you have a question, a doubt, a fear about opening a loan, for instance, you can just click on that button, which is always present on the website, always visible, even if you scroll down. And there you will have the same process than with Bank Accor. You have this large search box where you can ask your questions. You have the phone contact, and you have the email contact. So here we are asking questions. What are basically the hidden costs we can have when we want to open bank account? Is there any management fee? So here we are providing with the instant answers. There is no management fee, and people can say whether or not they're happy with the answers. So what I wanted to illustrate with these two use cases is that it's very important when you have a self-service channels to put it forward the traditional contact channels, such as the emails, the phone, or the chat. I'm showing you another example. This one will be Hello Bank from BNP Paribas. So this is the website. You can ask a question on the top to get an instant answers, or if you want, you can also go down on the footer of the page, and you can have access to the different other traditional channels, such as the chat, the email, and the telephone. If you want to make a chat with an agent, the first thing that you will have to do is first ask a question to the dynamic FAQ. If the answers you are going to get will be satisfactory for you, you won't be in touch with an agent. If not, we are going to put you in touch with an agent. But first, you have to go through the self-service. We have been able to reduce by 60% the number of chats from Hello Bank. On the emails, same story. You are going to fill here your personal information, and here we are going to ask you to formulate your problem or your issue. For instance, this question is about, okay, I want to know what is my bank account application status. And here, in real time, we are going to analyze what people are typing. We are going to provide here an instant answers. And on this instant answers, we have this call to action. If you click on it, you will be able, by filling by yourself this information, to get that answers by yourself, self-service. And we have been able to reduce as well by 40% the number of emails thanks to this process. And the last case I wanted to show you is an intranet case, Deutsche Bank. So I don't have any video. I don't have the right, basically, to record the intranet of Deutsche Bank. So this is just a screenshot. This is for the employees and for the advisors, for the agent within the call center. So the same story. We have this large search box where employees and advisors can directly ask questions. Before sending up this solution, in place of this dynamic FAQ, we had a large button. When the employees were clicking on this large button, the help desk was calling them. So what Deutsche Bank was experiencing year after year, they were experiencing an increasing numbers of calls generated from the help desk. At the end of year number 4, they're deciding to setting up this solution and to force the employees to first ask questions to the dynamic FAQ before getting access to the help desk. And they have been able to reduce by 40% the cost of the help desk. So these are the different customer cases I wanted to show you in order to illustrate what at Inbenta we can do with artificial solutions for financial services organizations. Thank you.